This is Vocabulary 17219. We have two essential questions. First, how do we choose the correct word to discuss English topics? Second, what are the best definitions? How do we choose the correct word to discuss English topics? We expand our vocabulary. What are the best definitions? Let's take a look at this week's words and see what they are. Inscribe is to carve, cut, or etch into a material or surface. These 7 commandments would now be inscribed on the wall. They would form an inalterable law by which all the animals on Animal Farm must live forever. Ration, a fixed portion that is allotted. In return for your 4 confinements and all your labor in the fields, what have you ever had except your bare rations and a stall? Harvest, the gathering of a ripened crop. Today we begin the hay harvest. Ensconce, to fix firmly. At one end of the big barn, on a sort of raised platform, Major was already ensconced on his bed of straw under a lantern which hung from a beam. Pasture, a field covered with grass and suitable for grazing. But they woke at dawn as usual, and suddenly remembering the glorious thing that had happened, they all raced out to the pasture together. Knoll, a small natural hill. A little way down the pasture there was a knoll that commanded a view of most of the farm. Orchard, garden consisting of a small cultivated wood. Nevertheless, without openly admitting it, he was devoted to Boxer. The two of them usually spent their Sundays together in the small paddock beyond the orchard, grazing side by side and never speaking. Straw, plant fiber used, for example, for making baskets and hats or as fodder. At one end of the big barn, on a sort of raised platform, Major was already ensconced on his bed of straw under a lantern which hung from a beam. Announce, make known. He announced that from now on the Sunday morning meetings would come to an end. Labor, productive work, especially physical work done for wages, the British spelling. Because nearly the whole of the produce of our labor is stolen from us by human beings. Your assignments are to complete the Cornell notes for Vocabulary 17219 and to complete the Google form for Vocabulary 17219.